Welcome back. Now, we have our menstrual health month on Wake Up Nigeria. We're talking everything menstrual health, and sexual reproductive health is very, very important for us to understand a lot more about. And Dr. Busayo Awolola is a public health professional and program manager with experience in research and social development. Today on Wellness, we're discussing different period blood colors and their meanings. Now, I'm going to break this down and just say 3 tablespoons. I'll start with that. I was doing some research and I heard it's 3 tablespoons. You're not supposed to get more than 3 tablespoons, ladies. In the whole period is not supposed to have more than 3 tablespoons, which is about how many ounces you called it?
25 mils. Like
25 ml?
Yeah.
Or how many ounces? 8 ounces?
Yeah, 8 ounces. Yeah.
That should be from start to finish. That's what is usual. But as we all know, there are a lot of things that can determine whether your period comes usually or unusually. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's talk about good colors that we should look forward to seeing. What are the good colors that women should expect to see every month?
All right, so basically women have different colors, and as we all know, period can be between 3 to 7 days, not the menstrual cycle. So basically colors can range from pink to bright white to even dark red. So these are normal colors. For the pink, which is basically for some persons that are about to start their period, you might see like pinkish, which is usually normal. It's nothing to worry about. And for some persons, if it's not your period time, you see that sometimes it can be due to bruises within the vaginal wall, and sometimes it can be the mixture of the secretion after intercourse. Then you can see that pinkish color.
So you're saying bruising. Bruising during intercourse can cause a pink color, but it is considered usual.
It is. And it's considered normal, actually. And then there are some periods, there are colors that you see, especially for the bright red, which is normal. Is what we all experience, and that is what is expected. And most of the time, it's a sign that you are flowing LD and the blood is normal. For the dark red, which most of the times people call it like a stay blood, and most of the time is seen in other disease conditions, which we are not to be talking about today. So, but in some cases when there is bleeding that comes with clots, the blood can tend to look darkish, which most of the times in persons that have uterine fibroid and they are bleeding, they are having their period, their blood tends to be dark red. And sometimes for usual cases, unusual cases, you see it also dark red, but it's not really something to worry about.
So it shouldn't be dark red throughout the 3 to 7 days?
Exactly. So it should start changing color, at least for the first, maybe the first 2 days, you can experience it as dark red, but as it is tending towards the, you're about to end, so it should be change it to like pink, which becomes normal. Is a sign that
everything is going well.
It's going already.
So now what are the colors that are considered abnormal during a period? Or is it during the cycle as a whole?
Let's just say during the cycle as a whole, because as I said, women were always in the period. I was trying to give an illustration for some persons that say, oh, I'm on my period, but I menstruate for 3 days. On my second day, I am seeing some form of discharge. It's not bloody, but in between, I see some whitish discharge that is foul smelling. It's not normal. Yes, because it has practically interfered with your normal period, and is a sign of an ongoing infection. So it's always expected that when you see that kind of change of that color during your menstrual period, you should, be alarmed, because it's a sign that an infection is going on. And if that continues for over a long time, it causes sexually transmitted infection, and it's advised that you get treated, because the long-term effect is that it affects conception.
So let's take, so we've talked about the good colors, pink, red, bright red, and dark red. And now we're talking about the ones that are not so good. You've mentioned white. So this is any time during the cycle of the month, or especially during the period itself?
So basically, this whitish I'm talking about is not the clear whitish, because there's a clear whitish secretion that will see,
which is normal.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
Even when you're not on your period, you see a whitish, clear secretion like mucus.
Yeah.
Those ones are seen maybe during ovulation period, and they are all normal. Yeah. But those that you see in between your menstruation and even during the cycle, because there's some secretion, there's some discharge that affects your period, and it can be yellowish, it can be ash. They are bad colors.
Okay, so let's go over those bad colors one more time. We have white,
yellow, ash, and milk with chills.
Okay, so milky cheese colors, no-nos. So now, obviously, a lot of women probably have been seeing these colors over time and not really doing anything about it. What are the consequences of not treating this and just assuming that everything is great?
Okay, so basically the first thing I would say, most of the times this discharge comes with other symptoms, like vaginal itching, like excessive foul smelling secretion, even abdominal pain. And you know, many times because of different pain threshold, many people dismiss it. Oh, it's just normal. It's just my period. So it's always advised when you get that kind of secretion, either in between your period or during your whole cycle. As I said last week, we are always in cycle. So it's always advised that you get treated as soon as possible. Because
so who is the person they go to meet? Now, the average Nigerian visits the pharmacy, you know, and women, we notice all sorts of things about our bodies, and we go for the antiseptic creams, antibacterial creams, antifungal creams. We just go for it, you know. But those are the colors that we're talking about. The pink, the red, the dark red are good. The gray, the whitish, not so good. But there's also some have said they've seen green, you know. Some have said they've seen orange. And brown. What are the indications of those colors?
Basically, they are all signs of infection, especially the green is actually a sign of bacterial vaginosis. It's specific to some certain infection. For orange, some persons can see that kind of blood color towards the end of their period, even to brownish, like it's a sign that your period is going. But for sometimes when you start seeing orange consistently, is a sign that there's an ongoing infection.
All right, so now we did say 3 tablespoons for a reason, and if, for instance, it is more than that over the period of 3 to 7 days, that is also an indication that you need to go and get checked out. We're talking menstrual health this month on Wellness on Wake Up Nigeria, and Doctor here has been giving us some serious insights. Hopefully, you've learned a thing or two today. We're going to be wrapping it up on this. Thank you so much, Doctor, for showing us.
Thank you.
And we're going to be heading over to the kitchen at this point. Zay and Edgar, are we good to go?
Absolutely, we are good to go. Our coconut veggie fried rice is ready. Yes, and is served. Yes, and our amazing guest is going to enjoy this.
All right, so Doctor, will you join us?
All right.
All right, let's go.